How is it going, sports fans? And welcome to the ever-exciting season finale of Crossing the Line. You got Sean Sullivan rocking with you here today in the studio. And with us, the new co-host of Crossing the Line, Tommy the Meathead. Tommy, you excited to talk some sports today?
Yeah, I like sports.
Yeah, that's why we hired you, man. Well, I guess we can kind of get into the first topics here, man. So, you excited to talk about sports and everything like that? We can talk about some football.
Hey, that's my school.
Yeah. That is the school. We go to Mesa. We go to Mesa for sure. Okay. Well, anyway, I guess we can talk about the NFL. Did you hear that?
Sean! Replace me? Replace me? No, this is my show. I don't need them. They need me. This is my show. No, not today. This is my show. This is my show. Get out of here.
Matt, what are you doing?
Oh, that hurt. Oh, that was a heavy door.
What? Why? We agreed on this, dude. Was that? You good? What?
Oh, that was a heavy door.
Uh-huh.
You ever tried to kick that door, Sean?
No, I can't say I have. I cannot say I have.
My hamstring.
I thought. I thought we agreed that you were retiring, though, man.
No.
No.
Okay, this is my show, and we're gonna do it the way I want it. Okay. First topic. What's your favorite Matt movie reference? Go.
I guess you quote Michael Caine a lot, so I guess the Prestige references. I thought those were pretty clever and everything.
I like that one too. Good choice. Next topic. What is your favorite Matt take?
I guess when earlier in the season we were talking about the DH and you said maybe the pitchers won't be able to hit anymore. I guess you are depriving Bartolo Colon, but I still kind of agree with my take.
Firm but fair, but I'm flattered.
Matt, what's going on, man? You're very agitated right now.
It's just crossing the line. It's been my life for 3 years. Crossing lines is all I know how to do.
Yeah, but we talked about this, that you got to retire. The show, we're going to find the right host. We'll find the right host, and the show will be in good hands. Okay?
Yeah.
You ready to talk some sports?
Yeah, let's talk some sports.
Okay, let's talk some sports. The NFL draft took on the way a couple weeks ago, and now Matt and I are going to talk about which teams are looking the best after the NFL draft and which teams may need some work after the NFL draft. Matt, what are you doing?
I don't know. Check Twitter.
I guess producers in the back, can we check Matt's Twitter? Is that possible? Can we do that? After much thought and reflection, I decided, okay, you're moving to Florida, busting out the Mai Tais. All right, well, you heard it here first. Matt is officially going to retire from Crossing Lines, and the Hawaiian shirt is coming out for all of us to enjoy in all of its glory. Matt, I guess you're getting ready for retirement, eh?
I feel at peace with my decision. It's time to bring myself and my Hawaiian shirts to Florida and just live life.
Sounds spectacular. Well, what are your thoughts, though, after the NFL draft? What team's looking the best? What team maybe needs some more work for you, in your opinion?
All right, here's a hot take for you. Most improved team after the offseason for me, it's got to be the New York Jets. In a few years, I think the New York Jets are going to be back on the map. Let's talk about the draft first. They had the best first round of any team on the board. Their first 3 drafts, of which they had 3 in the first round, they got the 3 best players at each position. My favorite player and your favorite name, Sauce Gardner. They got the best wide receiver in the draft, Garrett Wilson. And then they got a hell of a defensive end in Jermaine Johnson. And then all that in addition to top free agent signings, they got a great tight end, C.J. Uzomah from the Bengals, and fortified up. Got some new defensive additions. I really like the future for the New York Jets. All they got to do is make sure Zach Wilson gets himself going.
That's a good point you had. The Jets, obviously last season, they probably didn't go the way they wanted to. Zach Wilson, in my opinion, had some moments where he actually looked pretty good. I think the Titans game, he looked pretty solid as well. C.J. Uzomah, like you were saying, great player, one of Joe Burrow's security blankets throughout the whole season. But I think we're missing out on one team. We got to go all the way over to the West Coast, though, with the Los Angeles Chargers. In my opinion, they have had one of the best offseasons the Chargers have had in quite a long time. I know this is kind of the same old story for the Chargers, where they have a good offseason. It's going to be the Chargers' year. But I think, I know as much as the Broncos fans chagrins, the Chargers are going to be a force to be reckoned with in the AFC West. You already have your superstar quarterback in Justin Herbert. You re-sign one of his favorite weapons in Mike Williams. You had an interception machine in J.C. Jackson in a division now that has Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, and Patrick Mahomes. You got to find a way to take the ball away from them. They have that in Derwin James. Now they have J.C. Jackson as well. They just signed Kyle Van Noy, a linebacker, over this past week to add even more to that defensive front. They have Austin Eckler. They were able to draft another offensive lineman to protect the franchise and Justin Herbert in the draft. I think the Chargers are going to be a force to be reckoned with here. The only thing that I can see the Chargers getting in the way is themselves. Brandon Staley may be trying to do too much, which I think could be an issue. But as long as they don't get in their own way, the Chargers are going to be a dangerous, dangerous team. Matt, is there a team that you think, though, that maybe needs to add a little more work and add a little more pieces to the puzzle after this draft?
Well, Sean, for me, the team that I think struggled to do the most was the New England Patriots. I do not know what was going through their mind especially in that first round draft. I don't know what's going on with the New England Patriots.
Cole Stevens or whatever that guy's name was.
Cole Strange. It was a strange pick.
It was a strange pick. Yeah, the Chattanooga prospect himself. You know, I think the Patriots will be the Patriots. They'll do Patriots things. But the team for me, though, that I think is going to need to do, or at least did the least in the offseason and got himself even more of a hole, has got to be the Cleveland Browns.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns, man.
Are you kidding me, Sean?
I mean, you go out there and you already have Baker Mayfield, who did not have a great year. We can all agree with that. But the year prior, he has played fairly well. So he already has a big contract, and what do? You sign one of the most controversial free agency signings or make a trade for one of the most controversial players right now in Deshaun Watson. And what do you do to make that even better, Matt? They give him a massive, massive contract. They're already boo-hawing about Baker Mayfield's massive contracts. Then you give Deshaun Watson an even bigger one. And now you have a somewhat quarterback competition. You piss off Baker Mayfield, and then we don't even know if Deshaun Watson's going to be able to start the season, Matt. So how can you say confidently that the Cleveland Browns set themselves up for success this season?
Okay. First of all, innocent till proven guilty, Sean. Be an American, okay?
Good God.
All right. Number 2, Baker Mayfield's a goner. We know that he's not going to be on the Browns roster for much longer. Okay. Now, number 3, nothing's changed about Deshaun Watson's talent or his ability to play quarterback. He took a year off, but that doesn't scare me. Now, I don't think that scares the Browns nation. But even with Deshaun Watson aside, they still were able to add an elite wide receiver, Amari Cooper, re-sign David Njoku, and still with those, you're going to say that the Browns have the most work to do?
Matt, there's just a thing, though, with the teams that have the most drama in the offseason that's going to continue into the regular season. They can't just fix that. And also, you say Baker Mayfield's going to be gone in a couple weeks. Where? Where's he going? Seattle's already said thare sticking with Drew Lock, and they re-signed Geno Smith as their backup. Sam Darnold is already in that competition now that with Matt Corral there in Cleveland. So what are they going to do?
Who cares? I mean, he's not going to be the starting quarterback. Who cares? You know, he can stay on as a backup. Who cares? He's not going to be playing quarterback, though.
I guess we're going to agree to disagree on this one. I think the Baker Mayfield is just going to be even more of a headache going into this season, Matt. You good?
Whatever, just go to the next topic.
Alrighty. Well, the NHL playoffs are underway. We're halfway through the first round here, and we have some teams that have been shining bright like diamonds. There's teams that maybe been little lumps of coal. So, Matt, what team do you think right now is going to be looking best to hoist the Stanley Cup at the end of this season? In the playoffs, I should say.
We got to love the Colorado Avalanche. Everybody loves the Colorado Avalanche at this point. I think they're the favorite to win the Stanley Cup. But another team who has been a top team all season, but it is a little bit of a dark horse, I think, is the Toronto Maple Leafs. I think they have an amazing dynamic duo in Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews, and they've redefined their defense. Defense has been one of the things that's plagued them in the last several years. And I love how they came out Game 1, made a statement. I think this might be the Maple Leafs' year to make a little bit of a run, maybe make it to that semifinal final round.
Well, I don't know if the Maple Leafs, they just kind of stumble when they need them the most to kind of piece it all together. The Maple Leafs always seem to kind of crumble right before your little fingers. You know what I mean? Anyway, though, like you were saying at the start, the Colorado Avalanche are going to be one of those teams that you really got to watch for, and they're absolutely dominating the Nashville Predators right now. They're up 3-0 in the series, got Game 4 tonight, probably looking at a sweep. But Avs fans, we all want it to happen. But let's tap the brakes right here. We've seen it happen before, Matt. We've seen it happen before. Don't give me that look, Matt. We've seen it happen before, you know what I mean? Where last season, they swept the Arizona Coyotes, and they get absolutely stomped out of the yard by the Vegas Golden Knights. We're seeing it happen this year. They're stomping the living crap out of the Nashville Predators. They're completely dominating in all facets of the games. They put up a touchdown on them, 7 goals last game. But until it happens, it's just talk at this point. The Avalanche need to get through the second round of the playoffs. If they make the Stanley Cup, absolutely fantastic. They'd be the favorites, like you're saying as well. It's just a matter of getting there. I think for the Avs, it'll just be a huge victory in and of itself to get through this second round, whether they play the Minnesota Wild or the St. Louis Blues, Matt.
You watch your mouth.
Oh.
You watch your mouth right there, Chief. Now you listen to me. The Avs' depth is far and away better than anybody else in the NHL. In the past, yes, they've had their problems, but health has been an issue. Health is not an issue this year. Not as much. Hey, don't talk about me, Darcy Kemper.
Darcy Kemper got hurt.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. You got to stick to the eye. Swollen eye, he's fine. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
But when we get a Darcy Kemper healthy and back, we have one of the best goaltenders in the NHL. This is the year, Sean. It's been a long time coming. The Avalanche are going to make it this year.
We'd all love to see it, Matt, but like you're saying, they just keep finding ways to shoot themselves in the foot. Whether it's an unfortunate eye poke to Darcy Kemper, they just got to piece it together, and they haven't shown the ability to do that. You look a little frustrated.
I'm very frustrated.
Uh-huh.
Are these the type of things you're going to say without me on the show?
What do you mean? I'm giving an educated, informed take. I would love to see the Avs win too, but I'm just saying it's got to happen.
I don't feel very... Hold on.
Well, I guess you do that. And, I mean, there are other teams, though, in the NHL that are looking like a force, like the New York Rangers. They have fantastic goaltending there, Matt. Matt, what are you doing? What did you just do?
Check Twitter.
Okay, backstage crew, can we pull up Matt's Twitter? These past 2 minutes, I've realized my place to see at, okay, still at CMU-TV, not on vacation or at home, but until now, okay. Matt, never say never. What are we doing? You can't keep retiring and unretiring like this. You're not Tom Brady or Michael Jordan.
Hold on. All the GOATs have done it. Like you said, Michael Jordan has done it, Tom Brady has done it, and now it is my turn. LFG, let's freaking go. I have unfinished business here in this studio.
What's causing this, Matt? We've talked about this. You're graduating.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I can graduate from college, but I don't really got to graduate from the show.
I mean, this is the whole thing about CMU-TV, though. It's student-ran, student-led, and you won't be a student anymore when you graduate.
We're all sort of students of life, aren't we?
You know what? That's a good point. Matt, let me break it down to a way that you may understand a little bit more. Have you seen the movie Inception, Matt?
Of course.
Of course. What movie haven't you seen, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to be Leonardo DiCaprio, caught in the dream state, stuck in a delusional realm that you don't know what's real, what's fake? You're stuck in a place where you don't have a wife we don't necessarily know about, but you can't be stuck in that dream state forever. You got to eventually let go. Do you want your top to be spinning forever, Matt?
No, I guess not.
So it's going to be time. You don't want your top to be spinning forever.
Okay.